Hello everybody, welcome to Paleo Greenbird. I'm Greenbird, and today we are going to take this nice, beautiful piece of Flintridge and turn it into a biface for a future project. So this video is going to focus a lot on reducing and thinning platforms. First thing I'm doing is I am grinding everything I can, getting rid of all of the weak material that does not want to be there, because if you strike it, it will just give you problems. Nothing good will come of it. And that's what I'm doing. So once I have that pretty much ground down, I'm going to look for my opportunistic platforms while I continue to grind just a little bit more. I see a couple, I see several on both sides. Trying to think, how can I thin this piece of material? Where are my thick spots? What do I need to address first? And what's going to give me a problem later? Those are all the things you want to think of at the very beginning. So I can see the base of this is thick, and I have a flat part there on the base. Got a thick spot over here, but I have a nice platform to take that off. Got a thick spot over here, and I've got some mediocre platforms that I will have to adjust. So let's just get to it. I'll use my 1 1/4 inch bopper. I'm going to take this off right there. This is the platform. I ground it, but let's just give it a little more. I'm going to hit it pretty good because I'm going to try and drive that flake all the way across. Look at that. That's the flake that I got. Okay. That was my platform. There comes the flake. Into the trash pile, but it's going to be a birdie. So now, after I took that flake, it looks like the next natural progression will be to take this platform right here, drive off that thick spot. So let's grind that really good. And I'm going to have to hit this with some force because this is going to have to go through a lot of mass. Decent flake. Okay, so there's the flake that came off. Right there. Boom, all the way across. That was nice. This flake is nice and thick. This is good enough to make some sort of a bird point out of. Still have a thick area there, but I'll get to that. Right now, just trying to take all the opportunistic platforms before I have to go and make some intentional platforms. Alright, so I'm going to try and take this platform right here to thin this out. It's a little bit high, that platform is, to take this out. I'm going to try it anyway. I'm just going to smack a little extra hard. Didn't work. It's okay, the rock is still pretty thick. Let's move on. There we go, there's a nice big flake. Start the platform there, and nice overshot flake. All the junk. I might have to make myself a platform from this next one. I hate making platforms, but every once in a while you have to. It's not really a platform, but it's a low point. I'm going to try and take off that whole ridge right there. That's the platform. That's the ridge. It wasn't bad. And it left me with another platform. Took that flake off and left me with another big platform right there. Just have to grind it. This is napping really, really well. Oh yeah, some big flakes. So I kind of worked that as a continuous platform. I know I didn't show everything, but I just kept taking the platform that was presented to me. As I start to flatten this out, I need to look at my thick spots, which one of them is right here on the tip. Never a great spot to have a thick spot, so I'm going to try and work on that. Just trying to create some platforms for me right now. I have a couple. I think I'm going to billet down. I think now is a good time to switch down to a smaller billet. Grind it up real good, see what we have to work with. I see a platform right here. Take off some mass, then I'm going to come back and take this platform right here, take that mass off. Try and do this kind of quick, so this isn't a long, boring video. Do this one first. This one next. I don't know if you can see that, but nice big flakes coming off. Make sure I'm keeping the tip nice and thin. You do not want that tip to be thicker than the rest of the piece. Even if that means losing a little bit. Shoot, I think I lost a lot on that one. Alright, well that happens. Just take it off now. It's coming off in a long way anyway. Grind it real good. Sometimes it just doesn't want to be there. And that's alright. I'm looking for the big edges. They're standing up. And that's what I'm taking up right now. The thick sides. But you do want to be cognizant of your center line. So you can see I just thinned that out a lot. Now I've got this edge here, which is real thick. That's going to be next on the list. As I'm striking this and thinning it out, I'm trying to take good thinning flakes, like you can see right here. This flake across more than halfway. That's what I want. All right, let's grind it. Hopefully we get a nice biface out of this. Base is real thick, so that's what I'm going to attempt next. If you've seen my other videos, how I address that is usually I just hit it from the base to the tip, almost like I'm trying to flute. And have good support though, you'll break it every time. Chipped a little bit, didn't work super well, but probably going to end up zigzagging this a little bit anyway, so this thick spot right here I want to take care of, right there, thicker than the rest. You can see it. So I'm going to set up a platform right here. I can get all fancy and isolate it and all that crap, but I'm not going to do that. Probably work better than what I'm going to do, but I just choose not to do that. Good support, tip, base. There we go. Get rid of that hot spot there. Base is still really thick though. I need to start working on that before I do anything else. So some shaping. As I'm setting up platforms. Doesn't mean I can't come back to the tip. It's whatever needs attention. There we go. Let's grind. This is a really nice rock. I want to make sure I take my time with this. Do whatever I need to do to make a nice, good preform because I want to get a point out of this. Alright, so again, this base, it has an angle kind of going that way. It's a little bit risky, but I'm going to use it as a platform. Excuse me. To try and thin off some of this thicker stuff. You gotta have really good support. It's very risky. I could break this right now. I hope I don't. That was a nice thin flake. Look at that. So I struck that platform there and boom. That flake came off. We can keep going. And if you have a wedding ring like me, make sure that that tip does not touch that wedding ring because that will give you problems. It's kind of hard to maneuver it around, but we'll get to it. Sometimes I take it off, but I don't like to take it off. It feels weird. Thing. Alright, so now I'm getting to the point where I'm not really getting long flakes, but that's okay, because look at this, it's pretty well even. We've got ourselves a nice little preform happening. Just needs a little bit of shaping. That's what we're going to do. So now I'm probably going to work off my finger a lot. Right there. Big spot there with a pocket of quartz. Reduce that down. As we'll do it now. So I'm looking at the point, trying to see if there's any low points, any high points, anything that needs to be adjusted. That's pretty good, but there's still some high points right here on this side that can be taken down. These are almost straight downward strokes. But they are taking flakes, so I am going inward a little bit, or if I angle it properly. Yeah, see, those are all still taking off flakes. Yeah, still thinning. Even though I'm really trying to shape more than anything. Any flake you take should thin a little bit to some capacity. Just a little bit of support over there with your hand, with your finger, and then support the base, support the tip, and you won't get end shock. It's pretty crazy how that works. It's almost magical. You can get really, really thin flakes doing that. You know, you can get a point down extremely thin just by using percussion, by giving that little bit of support with your finger. I never really realized that in the beginning. And I would always go to pressure way too soon. You just end up with real thick, kind of bulky points. Alright, so there's a little more work I can do up here, but I really want to address this thickness in the base. And I may have to just do a zigzag, which is fine. A lot of times a zigzag results in a platform that you can shoot straight up like a flute. Going back and forth. I'm not even really worried about what I have for a platform at this point, just making sure I can run a flake. I'm being careful of support though, I don't want to break it. is not the point where you want to break it. I put in a lot of hard work. Attack it from the other end. Maybe I'll meet that zigzag in the middle. Okay, I see a couple of platforms from that zigzag that I can use to shoot straight across the tip. You can see there's a few platforms there in the front, and that's what I'm going to use. Oh, that was a nice long thinning flake. It's beautiful. I don't take credit for it. It's the rock for sure. This is some really, really high-grade rock. I paid a pretty penny for it, but it's worth it. Yep. Left another platform right next to it. Not sure how much of this you can see close up. Hopefully I'm explaining enough. Yeah, that was a nice long flake. Oh yeah, that was beautiful. As you take those flakes on the bottom, the base, give the point a good look through. Make sure that as you take them off, you don't want to take too much up on one side, it weakens it. Kind of flip it over, take one here, one there, so it keeps everything sort of even, especially when it gets thin like this. So I'm supporting the tip, supporting the base. It is on the leather, so this is a little risky, but go. This time it's going to be supported by my finger instead of the leather. Alright, so we've got a nice thin preform. We're going to start to shape it. We don't really have to. I mean, we could leave it just like this. Let's just make it easier for when we pick it up the next time. Give it a little bit of shape. Plus, as we're shaping it, it does usually thin it a little more. Usually those shaping flakes also thin. It's got a big, the base here is a little off, so I'm going to have to fix that. Probably take it in a little. That's a nice flake. So now I'm going to shape it a little bit. I could do this with a hammer stone too, really, if I wanted to. It would probably be better to do it with a hammer stone. But I've got the copper bopper in my hand, so I'll just use that. Just going to make it pointy into a point. That type of shape. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're just, like I said, we're just shaping. You'll find places like I am right now where your OCD kicks in. You have to thin a little bit. Which is fine. The point's going to end up there anyway, so even if it looks a little off now, you know, once you get done that shaping, it's going to get there. Always thinking about how the point's going to look at the end. I mean, some of it you can't control, but you want to have somewhat of a game plan. Don't forget to grind, so it'll give you your long flakes. Even when you're shaping, sometimes you forget to grind. A little turtley on the top. Like that. There we go, those thinning flakes really helping. That support with the finger really helps. Sometimes you get yourself, stab yourself with some rock, but that's just the price you pay. That's good. Yeah, see those thinning flakes that are coming off? They don't look big, but hit that platform and that thinning flake, that's getting rid of all that thick edge there. It's doing a lot of good. Go. Trying to get on the other side. Nice thinning flake. Really nice. You can see how much thinner that is. The rest of it's really thick. That's because that's where I took that flake off of. Another nice thick flake. It's working really beautifully. Probably a boring video. Boy, is there a lot to, a lot that you can learn from this video. I'm not saying that to be egotistical, I'm just saying I've learned a lot from this particular point. Okay, so there we are. Everything's thin. We're up to the tip now. What's next? And once we smooth that tip off, excuse me, I think we're going to be done with this. Call this a nice preform, waiting to be turned into an even better point. Excuse me. Just taking any platform that I can find, just taking a nice little thin flake off bit. It's kind of like slow and steady wins the race. Base is still a little bit thick, but maybe I'll just address that when it's time. It's time to turn this into a point. And I'll address it right now. Just thinning out that base, taking any platforms that I can find that are good platforms that aren't going to result in breakage. You want to be careful about what you take. I think we're about done. Yeah. So for now, take a look at this. Shape it just a little bit. Alright, so let's grind this out and see where we're at. I think this is a pretty good preform. Doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be a good preform that can be turned into a nice point later. Flip it over, grind it the other direction. Alright, we have a decent preform here. So it's relatively thin for a preform. I mean, we're going to finish this off. If it's a nice, good, look at that, look at the pattern on that. Look at that color. The striping, the banding, or whatever it is. Excuse me, the lines. Isn't that pretty? So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If it was boring, I apologize, but you know, I just had to get some preforms done. So thanks for joining me. Until next time, I hope you are having a fantastic day. And this is Paleo Greenbeard. I'm signing out.